Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. Well, in this video I'm going to attempt to replace the temperature sensor, and I had this delivered about 5 minutes ago, and I thought I would have a trial fit of putting the plastic clip where it fits, just above the brass part. So I pushed it onto the first part, and as you can see, it has snapped. So it leaves me a problem that I've got to be ultra careful removing the clip which is already on. And to make matters worse, the sensor is behind this, which there's not very much room. I've read about this, and it's really difficult to try and take this part of the air intake off, or to try and get it back on. And a lot of people have suggested that I remove this part, remove the MAF sensor, and then the air filter box. So I'm going to strip all this away. So what I'm left with is this part. And I need to get my hand under. It's that difficult, you can't even see it with the camera. Can't see it. But I've been told I need to unclip it and then pull it out and then disconnect it, and then in reverse, connect the sensor. I'll put a bit of silicone grease to make it good, so it's nice and sealed, and then put it back on or back into the hose, and then hopefully the clip I use I don't break. So am I afraid? I just know that maybe there will be a visit to Audi on Monday or Tuesday to get a clip, or to a scrapyard. So what I need to do first is to strip all this. So I think it's time for that magic of camera tricks. It's going to be time lapse. How exciting! Welcome back. Well, you've had that special video technique of time lapse, and I'm trying to. I think, what's he doing? But you can just see that green object, and that is the sensor. It's not going to focus in because all the pipes and it's trying to focus in. But I've got to get my hand, and I'm going to show you now. I've got to get my hand under and then pull it out. So hopefully I can do that. So I'm not going to put this on time lapse because I think it's going to be embarrassing trying to, you can just see it there. It's going to be embarrassing trying to do that, and I just want to take my time, and if it does crack or break the spring, there's going to be a lot of tears. So I'm going to go easy. I'm going to put some 20 minutes and still no progress. I've stripped away, I've loosened bolts. This part is slightly loose. I've stripped this part away, and my next idea is trying to insert maybe thin wire and try and pull. It's impossible to try and get your hand down. It is absolute. I don't know how people do it and get the hand down and then pull, because it's not. You just can't. You just can't get at it. Okay, right. I'm going to try some wire. I am absolutely so happy got it out, and a working clamp. It is thicker, a lot thicker in quality. I'm sure this has been on the car since new, but yes, yes, it is thicker. It's just more well made, to be honest. So I don't know if it's the original. Yeah, it is the original. If you just look there, it's got the Audi mark. I don't think mine's Audi. At £8.53 from eBay, that wonderful auction site. So let's get the rubber, which must be sitting in there still, and let's get it back together. I'm so happy. I also must point out, I've actually not lost much coolant. I thought it would be a good idea to leave the cap on, so you would have that like suction action, so no air can get into the system, because I'm sure it'd just flow over and I would lose all my coolant. So I've already lost a little bit. I can top that up. I'm intending, depending on the timing belt interval of changing, I was going to change the antifreeze. However, if the timing belt needs to be changed, it was 5 years ago, and it was carried out at 49. If anybody on this channel can tell me, it was changed 5 years ago at 49,000, and it is now on 73,000. I'm sure the timing belt's got maybe another few years to go yet, but I'm going to get a second opinion from the garage where it was fitted. So again, wish me luck. I'm going to try and get it back in. It's silly me to, well, really leave the camera running, because there's just a lot of fiddling about. Well, you'll not be able to see it, but it took me an hour and a half. It looks like that somebody's been at the multi-socket, because it was glued in. So I had to take it out because it snapped, the multi-plug, and I've had to renew, naturally, the temperature sender, and I've had to glue it back in. I've tried all sorts of you know, wire, soldering iron, wire. I was even going to try and put a screw in, and I thought, hold on, the person who's been here before me has glued it in. So they've smashed the tab off the temperature sender and then glued it in. So when I tried to get it out, I went, oh, this is a bit hard to get out. And then there's remnants of glue all over, and I thought, oh, well, it must be just, you know, age. However, it is glue, so I've just glued it back in again. But to get it back out, to get it in, then to get it out again, has been, well, again, this car's just fighting me each step of the way. It's just fighting me. Where the car before this was so easy to work on, this car's just fighting me. Okay, right, bye for now. It's in. I need to top the water up, and I'm just going to do some tidying up, and then I'm going to start in the spark. Right, while the engine is partially stripped down, I've removed the multi-plug for the 3 spark plugs. Quite dirty, actually, so I'm going to give them a clean. I'm going to take them out, give them a clean. I'll make sure they go back in the correct order, so I'll take one at a time and put a spark plug in, and I'm going to check the gap, which should be 0.44 on a 3 litre. I've been checking on it. Some people are putting 0.34, no, 32 or 0.44. I think that they're going to get a better spark and it runs better, but I want to go by the book, which is 0.44. So I'm going to give them a good clean, and I'll just show you when they come out what condition the spark plug is, considering that the air pump has not been working. There's been leaks in the pipes, so it's just patching the engine and making sure everything is sealed. It's just age. Okay, I'll show you, and I've just popped this out, and you can see it's just covered in oil and just dirt. If I just pan round, if you just look in there, it's just absolutely grimy. So I'm going to put some cleaner in there and get that plug out. That is the first plug out, and it's very oily. Now I don't know if it's oily because of me working the threads, but it looks like it's running rich as well. So hopefully that temperature sender will make all the difference. So it's been running rich. Hopefully it's solved it. Fingers crossed. So that's number one. Plug, the depth, same length, same thread. Just looking, this is a platinum plug, as you can see on the side, made by Bosch. is one of the better plugs, which will have been told to last 20 or 30,000 miles. And I'm just amazed at the electrode, which is, well, you can just see it compared to, let's put this on here, clearly see it compared to there. There's no way of gapping it, so it says it will produce a more healthy spark. I like to hear it or feel it. Okay, let's put it this side. I've just, as I've been putting the plug in, it's got plus 48, which must be the measurement. There's also 1.6 milli. So I'm honestly thinking that plus 48 is the same as when I say plus 44, 0.44. So that's very close compared to 0.32 what people are fitting them at. So this is closer to the factory recommendation. Okay, that's nice and clean. The plug's in there. Let's get this coil packed back. I've replaced the plugs, cleaned it all. As you can see, it's absolutely spotless. Cleaned all the contacts, lubricated them. It's all firmly in. Just wash my hands again. Just going to put my gloves back on. And let's now, it's that special time when I put it on time lapse and you can watch me build this side of the engine up, and then I'll move it and I'll take that part of the engine apart to get to that side of the plugs. Okay, enjoy the time lapse. Now for the next side. Let's rip the water expansion bottle off and anything which is going to get in the way. Some lovely time lapse. Putting it back together, I've decided to use the good old-fashioned Jubilee clip instead of these clips. I just can't work with these and with pliers and the spring all over, so I've just gone back to the old-fashioned, put those type of clips on, absolutely work a treat. So as I said before, it's just been slow and boring. I can't believe how slow I'm working. Just each job you come across, there's something snaps or goes wrong, or a bolt snaps. Horrendous. It's all back together. So we have a new 6 spark plugs. I've refilled the water which we lost from the temperature sensor. It's all been cleaned. I've put some new Jubilee clips there, so in future if I come to renew the filter maybe 20,000 miles time or 12,000 miles, I think they just keep pushing the service intervals to keep costs down. I don't think it does the cars any good. I know people say, well, they can do more mileage, but when you look at the oils, I think there's one more thing I need to put on, and that's the top cover where we have the Audi emblem. But I just want to listen to it. So you're going to hear the grand reveal. I don't think it's been started, I think, since before the air pump. So there's been a lot of work and fiddling and taking things apart. So let's now give the car a go. left the cap off because we've lost some water and there might be air in the system. So I'm going to leave the cap off. I'm going to watch the temperature gauge and I want to see that rise. I'll be really unhappy if it doesn't work. I really will be. But it started better. And it gives me time to pack away. So I need to pack all this away. And there. So I'm just going to, it's silly you watching it, just watching it. But that car now is fully serviced. We have a new coolant filter, new spark plugs, new temperature sensor, air filter, new oil. So, well, I have a working gauge. I've checked for leaks and it seems to be fine. I've left the under tray off to see if there's any water dripping, but I've had a look round, or tried to have a look round the temperature sensor. I keep seeing sender coming from the old days of MGs and old Fords and Vauxhalls, but the sensor, that's just in the middle and it's been there for the last 5 minutes. I'm just letting it warm up and it seems to be fine. So that's been difficult. Just plastics, just you pull on something and it just snaps, and I'm doing all the right things. I'm pressing the button, trying to slide it off, spraying with WD-40, it just snaps, and it's just annoying. And to glue it back on again, it's happened to somebody else before me who's changed the sensor and they've just glued it back on, because there's a puncture hole in the loom itself, which I didn't do. So it's annoying, but I've had to break the glue, and let's just hope it works for a number of years when I have the car. But if it stops working, I know what it is, and I'll dread that. But I will be on the lookout for another connector from the scrapyard. I'll just cut one off with plenty of cable and just keep it in the garage. But I'm happy. That's I set the new plugs in, cleaned them up. So yeah, good. Right, if you've enjoyed this video, I know it's been long and boring, but this is real life. Things don't go to plan, where you watch mechanics who can just do it in 5 or 10 minutes. I'm stuck on the driveway and things are just not going my way. Things snapping, breaking, things like that, which happens to all of us. Anyway, like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'm not a mechanic. I'm a hobbyist who will work on cars during the summer, not in the winter, and try and do all the jobs myself to keep the price down of the labour costs. And I think cars of this age, it becomes uneconomical to repair. And I think it comes down to what I said before about bangonomics. Anyway, that's another job, and I can talk and talk and talk. Anyway, bye for now. Please share and subscribe. Bye now.